Hi everyone, I am Alisha Dhanjal, Certified Career Counselor and Study Abroad Mentor. Here I am with my third live episode of Know About Your Dream Career. And our today's topic is human resources. And our industry expert, Saloni Kaul, is India's first women business HR entrepreneurship coach and author with over 30 years of leadership consulting, coaching, mentoring, and training experience. In 2012, she founded India Talent Services, that is more popular by the brand name of Its People. In 2013, she was honored with Best Business Plan Award at the 10 ISP Goldman Women Entrepreneurship Program. In 2019, she launched Uran, It's Time to Fly, where she runs entrepreneurship courses for new and aspiring entrepreneurs. Her credibility with business houses shines through her vast business management insights and global leadership experience. She has enormously contributed to business HR, strategic directions, organization developments, talent engagement and management, learning and development initiatives for client organizations and professionals in India and overseas. Welcome, Saloni.
Thank you.
So today we are going to talk about human resources. So what is human resources? What is HR? We just keep listening to HR everywhere. You want a job, you talk of what do I do? You say go and talk to an HR. So what is this HR that we hear about every time when we think of job?
Exactly. So HR, or let's put it human resource management. So it is a very contemporary and probably an umbrella term that we use to describe the management and development of employees in any organization. So that is why HRM, human resource management, and we also refer it to as HRD, therefore human resource development. It is also known as talent management. It is also, in some organizations, we still have a personnel department. So there are these different kind of names that the HR function is known as. And to put it all together in one sentence, it is the involving everything and overseeing all those things that are related to managing an organization's human capital. So that is what is HR.
Okay, so what are the streams that our students needs to choose? अगर suppose वो 9th class में है, तो उसको कौन से subjects लेने चाहिए after 10th? और क्या उसका percentage criteria होना चाहिए, target होना चाहिए, so that if he knows that he wants to get into HR, this is what he or she needs to be careful about while choosing.
So actually there is no such specific subject. If you want to offer a career, pick up commerce, for example, because you also get a, if you're good at mathematics, you're good at accounts, you have a penchant for working with numbers, it's good to get into commerce stream, because this is something which will be very useful when you later get on into a business HR role. So it gives you a great foundation. So students can actually choose any stream, whatever they wish to, but commerce is a good choice to go with. Then thereafter, they can complete their graduation in any discipline that they wish to, and then they can proceed for the post-graduation. And this is where normally the MBA or the master's or a postgraduate diploma in HR can be done. For myself, I actually did science in school in 11th and 12th. And thereafter, I went and did BSc honors. And then I went and did MBA. So as you can see, it doesn't really matter which one you do. But these days, there are lots of students who want to go in for BBA, which is a Bachelor's in Business Administration. And sometimes just doing a BBA can also land you a job in HR. But yes, if you do want to pursue a postgraduate degree, organizations prefer somebody who's done a postgraduate in HR to bring in that person and manage the human resource function.
So basically, there is no percentage criteria like you have to score minimum 80% or 70% in commerce related subjects, or there's nothing like that. So
Yeah,
you
because you're
need
still in
to.
school. Yeah, you're still in school, and only when you have crossed school and you want to go in for, let's say your graduation, then today we know it's such a competitive world. But if we were to talk about minimum, then at least minimum 50% marks is what any university would say that this is the minimum. But then it also depends whether you get a seat or not. So obviously today students understand that it's important to do well academically so that they're able to get into great institutions.
So what are the entrance exams? Are there any entrance exams जो कि बच्चे को prepare करना हो, और उसकी preparation कब से start कर देनी चाहिए? So we are talking about only undergraduate at the moment. So is there any entrance exam?
So if you are planning to get into a postgrad program, then yes, there are entrance exams, like there is CAT, and then there is MAT, there is ZAT, then there is SNAP, then there is GMAT. There are so many entrance programs, and probably we'll talk about them a little later. But if you are just planning to do your BBA and you want to study HR there, then there is no entrance exams per se. But yes, if you wish to get into a professional institute, you want to get into the IIM, or you want to get into a premier institution, then yes, you will need to prepare for these programs. And the right thing is to start as soon as you are out from, you've finished your schooling, you should start preparing for them.
So you mean for undergraduates, there's no such entrance exam, but when we talk about post-graduation, and especially when we talk about IIM, India में IIT or IIM is what a student dream is most of the time. So आधे बच्चे IIM की preparation करते हैं और आधे IIT की preparation करते हैं. So IIM के लिए कौन सा entrance exam होता है जिसके लिए बच्चों को prepare करना होता है?
That's the CAT and the MAT. In fact, the difference between the two is that GMAT is conducted by the Graduate Management Admission Council, and it is accepted by the top institutions like XLRI, MDI Gurgaon, and even ISB. And on the other hand, CAT is a national level entrance exam, and it is accepted by IIMs. So that's the entrance exam for IIMs.
So when we talk of the top colleges for graduates, for graduation, so what is the admission process? I mean, how a student should start preparing for that? Or like about the applications they need to make, or is it just the simple way that they go? Is there any specific thing that they need to be very careful about? And what are the famous colleges a student should aim for if he or she is really crazy about making HR as their profession?
So, of course, the premier institutes of India, the Indian Institute of Management, then there is FMS, which is the Faculty of Management Sciences Studies in Delhi. There is Symbiosis, and you have a Center for Management. You also have the Institute of Business Management in Pune. There is Narsi Monji in Mumbai. Then there is Xavier's, and then there's also a Xavier Institute of Management. These are some of the top, I would say, institutes. And they have their own timeline. So anytime towards the fall of the year, the entrance exams, you have to look out for notifications as to when those exams are supposed to be held. Anytime November, December onwards, the exams start, and they go on till about Jan, February, depends on which institute you're applying for. So you have to be on the lookout so that you don't miss the deadlines. You apply in time, you prepare in time, you know what the venue is, because there is quite a rush for you, and then of course you also prepare for it. So there are these, you take care of the admission, the application, and the preparation part.
So IIMs, I mean, they're so famous. I've never been to an IIM. So what is that special thing that they have? क्यों बहुत बच्चे IIM में जाना चाहते हैं? What is there? Tell me something about IIM. I mean, I really want to know. So why they're so special? What do they make you actually? And why you are so proud of to be called an IIM?
So, I did my executive program at IIM Bangalore, and this was about many years later after, already, being in...
थोड़ी सी हिंदी में बात कीजिए ना, please.
मैंने अपना Indian Institute Management Bangalore से अपना executive management program किया था, and this was लगभग in the year 2010, I think. Yeah, so it's been 10 years that I also did an executive management program. और सबसे बढ़िया बात ये है, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट की, इट इज़ अ ब्रांड. सो जब आप एक इंस्टीट्यूट से निकल के आते हैं तो आप एक ब्रांड कहलाए जाते हैं. एंड आई थिंक वो एक क्रेज है, बिकॉज द काइंड ऑफ ब्रांड इमेज जो आपकी क्रिएट होती है, प्लस वहाँ का जो एक इन्वायरमेंट है, जब आप वहाँ पे एडमिशन लेते हैं, आपका पूरा जो एक प्रोसेस होता है सीखने का, बहुत ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिकल एम्फोसिस रहता है. आपके बेस्ट द बेस्ट फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं. यू आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग इन एन एनवायरनमेंट एंड स्टडिंग इन एन एनवायरनमेंट विच इज़ वेरी वेरी इंस्पिरेशनल. सो जब आप एक इंस्टीट्यूट, वो भी एक आईएमएम इंस्टीट्यूट के कॉरिडोर्स में से गुजरते हैं और आप दीवारों पर वो बड़े बड़े पिक्चर्स देखते हैं एंड वो मोटिवेशनल कोट्स पढ़ते हैं, आप एक अलग दुनिया में होते हैं. एंड दिस इज एग्जैक्टली माय फीलिंग व्हेन आई वेंट टू दी
I'm
आईएम.
already getting the goosebumps.
बहुत
Yeah. Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. So ma'am, if we talk about the roles and responsibilities of HR, एक बार HR को प्लीज एक्सप्लेन कीजिए, मतलब HR का काम क्या क्या होता है. जो बेसिकली लोगों को पता होता है वो यही होता है कि HR मीन्स जॉब लगानी है तो वो HR के थ्रू ही लगेगी. तो क्या HR is only confined to, I think we've lost the connection, Saloni. Okay, you're back.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
back.
okay, no problem. So HR का काम actually होता क्या है? Please थोड़ा डिटेल में बताइए. The reason why I'm asking you this question is being a career counselor.
So पहले तो मैं बताना चाहूँगी.
Let me complete my sentence, please. I was saying something. So मैं कह रही थी कि हम लोग के लिए ये question बहुत important है, और ये interviews करने का reason ही सबसे बड़ा ये है कि apart from understanding what is the way to reach that particular career, what will you become when you reach at that destination, what are the things that you will be doing. So वो सब जानना बहुत important होना चाहिए एक बच्चे के लिए जब वो ये डिसाइड करता है कि उसे इस प्रोफेशन में जाना है. एंड हमारे पास बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो ये तो बता देते हैं कि वहां तक पहुंचना कैसे है, पर ये बताने वाले बहुत कम होते हैं कि वहां पहुंचने के बाद क्या करना होगा, वहां पहुंचने के बाद क्या क्या काम है, किस तरीके से करने होंगे, क्या रोल्स होंगे, क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज होंगी. तो क्या वो रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज वो बच्चा लेना चाहता भी है, या बस उसके मामा का बेटा एचआर है या मासी की बेटी एचआर है तो मुझे भी एचआर बनना है. सो आप इस रोल और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को इस तरीके से बताइए हमें कि हमें समझ आए कि अच्छा, इफ आई वांट टू बिकम एन एचआर, सो दिस इज व्हाट आई विल हैव टू डू एग्जैक्टली, and am I ready to do this, or is that exactly what I want to do? So now you can share.
Okay.
This is what I want you to tell us.
So basically HR एक काफ़ी, लाइक मैंने कहा, एक अम्ब्रेला टर्म है. एंड इसमें बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं, करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ बहुत सारी होती हैं. पर जब आप अपनी शुरुआत करते हैं इस जर्नी में, यू जॉइन अ कंपनी, यू बिकम एन HR. वो रोल, वेदर वो एक रोल रिक्रूटर का है या वो एक एनालिस्ट का है, somebody who wants to get into compensation for example, या वो एक रोल है लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट में. मतलब यू आर either a trainer or you love training or you want to become the caretaker of the learning and development function. तो ऐसे कई सारे specialist and generalist roles होते हैं HR में. Now depending on the role that you have taken, the nature of the responsibility also changes. So जैसे मैंने अभी आपको 3-4 बताए. So let's talk about a very very common role which is of a recruiter. And many organizations look for recruiters because they want to add new people, they want to hire new people. So एक recruiter का role क्या होता है कि basically he will work with hiring manager, he will understand कि अच्छा needs क्या है आपकी, आपको कौन सी qualification का person चाहिए, उसका कितना experience होना चाहिए, education क्या होनी चाहिए, skills क्या होने चाहिए. आपको fresher चाहिए तो हम college campus जाएंगे, अगर आपको experience चाहिए तो देन उसको किस तरीके की कंपनीज में उसने काम किया होना चाहिए. सो ये सारी चीज़ें एक सिलेक्शन क्राइटेरिया बन जाती हैं. तो एक रिक्रूटर ये सब चीज़ें पहले इंफॉर्मेशन लेता है, फिर रेफरेंसेस चेक करते हैं, परफॉर्मेंस बैकग्राउंड चेक्स होती हैं, जिन जिन लोगों को वो शॉर्टलिस्ट करता है इंटरव्यू के लिए, आप इनवाइट करते हैं, एंड फिर उसके बाद जब वो इंटरव्यूज हो जाते हैं और एक शॉर्टलिस्ट निकल के आती है, एंड वी प्रोबेबली आर नाउ इन एट अ स्टेज जहाँ पे हमें उस कैंडिडेट को ऑफर देना है, तो देन वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट द कैंडिडेट एंड टेलिंग हिम कि अच्छा ये रोल है, ये बेनिफिट्स हैं, ये आपके टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस रहेंगे। तो ये जितने भी अभी मैंने टास्क बताए, ये बेसिकली एक HR रिक्रूटर के होते हैं, सो दैट ही इज एबल टू हायर। उनका रोल ये है कि उनको अपनी हायरिंग कंप्लीट करनी है, और हायरिंग भी टाइम से कंप्लीट करनी है, बिकॉज द बिजनेस रिक्वायर्स पीपल इन ऑफ अ सर्टेन स्किल सेट, माइंड सेट, and in the right time. So this becomes a kind of a role for a recruiter. अगर कोई generalist है, so अगर कोई training and development में join करता है, तो then again needs collect करना, vendors को shortlist करना, या in-house trainings को organize कराना, फिर उनकी training आपकी effectiveness check करना, so some little bit of analysis is there, then creating reports, creating MIS. So these would be certain other activities that somebody in training and development would do. If a person is in let's say compensation and benefits, so they would be creating compensation bands and structures. They would be making sure कि जब लोग आ रहे हैं या जा रहे हैं, तो हमारा जो compensation band है वो ज़्यादा fluctuate ना हो, एक certain role के लिए हम इसी range में ही salaries offer करें. So a person starts to learn and also starts to work in the role or in the description of the job that he has been given. So it depends. The role that you choose, the nature of the job also varies. I hope I've been able to answer.
So basically सबसे पहला जो जॉब होगा, अगर कोई एक स्टूडेंट MBA HR या ग्रेजुएशन BBA और HR में करके आता है, तो सबसे पहली जॉब ऑप्शन उसके लिए HR एग्जीक्यूटिव की होगी, where he will be recruiting the employees.
It is possible. He can also be HR operations भी देख सकते हैं. ये मैं नीड की बात कर रही हूँ कि कंपनी में वो उस वक्त क्या नीड है. अगर HR operations का रोल है, तो देन वो एक एम्प्लॉय की जो लाइफ साइकिल मैनेजमेंट है, राइट फ्रॉम एंटरिंग द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू सेटलिंग एट वर्क, परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट, रिवॉर्ड्स एंड रिकग्निशन, एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट, लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट, देन इवन सेपरेशन मैनेजमेंट. सो आप किस स्पेसिफिक प्रोसेस में प्लांट किए जाते हो, आपको कौन सा प्रोसेस का इंचार्ज या आप उसमें टीम मेंबर बनते हो, दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर रोल. सो दैट योर फर्स्ट रोल कैन बी एनी ऑफ दीज रोल्स if you are a fresher, or probably if you are a senior resource and you're coming from a very premier institute, you could also be given a management role, that okay, ये already existing team है, इनको आपको manage करना है.
So HR so जो HR job, or maybe I think that is an advanced question. I don't want to ask this question. So what are the roles that you have been through in your life, Saloni, if you would like to share?
So मेरा career के जो पहले 10 साल थे, I spent actually in my own family business. So I learned a lot in that when I was, taking care of various different businesses. That was, my father's businesses. But when I made the decision that I want to get industry experience, because I was already doing human resource consulting and training, I wanted to get industry experience. So my very first job was of an HRD manager. And I joined a company. I set up all their HR processes. I was responsible for learning and development and organizational development for that company. And I worked with them for 2 years. Then I joined a Tata Group company. वहाँ पे जो मेरा रोल था वो पैन इंडिया था. So मैं पूरे इंडिया for that particular business division, which is education, IT education, pan India, that was my role. And then I had a team. So we had lots of centers across, the country. And I was supposed to take care of the HR function for Tata Infotech Education Business Division. So I had a team, and then yes, we used to take care of that. So from one company to another, of course, the role also went up. From Tata Infotech TCS, I went to a European firm. I was global HR there. From European firm, I came to an American firm, and I was there for more than 5 years. I was heading HR for India and SAARC countries. So I think with period of time, you still are an HR person, but your contribution, your role, आप जो काम करते हैं या जो कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं उस पोजीशन में और बिजनेस के लिए, बिकॉज एचआर इज फॉर बिजनेस, that role changes, it keeps evolving, it becomes more higher level as you go up. So that is in short my industry.
एक क्वेश्चन मेरे दिमाग में आया था बाद में जब हम इस इंटरव्यू के बारे में बात कर रहे थे कि यू विल कम एंड विल टॉक अबाउट एचआर। आपने मुझसे एक बात कही थी कि एचआर एक ऐसा प्रोफेशन है जिसमें दिल और दिमाग दोनों की बहुत लड़ाई चलती है, तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा डिटेल में बताइए ना प्लीज कि व्हाट इज दैट मेक्स यू फाइट बिटवीन योर हार्ट एंड योर माइंड, सो व्हाई यू कॉल इट such a difficult profession to choose. I mean, it's not as easy as people say कि HR तो बहुत easy सा काम है. So what is that difficult part you were talking about?
So HR is basically the right hand of the business. अगर आपका right hand strong नहीं है किसी भी business में, right hand, आप कुछ भी काम करो, right hand is the hand that you work with. So if you don't have human resources in your company, you don't have right people, and then you don't have a function that manages those people or manages the way work will happen in a company, of course problem aati hai businesses mein. And why is it a tussle between heart and mind? Because as an individual, आपकी एक सोच होती है, एक अप्रोच होता है, and sometimes there is a business requirement, and I can talk about it from my own experience कि जब कंपनी एक डिफिकल्ट दौर से गुजर रही होती है एंड इट हैज डिसाइडेड, प्रोबेबली आपके पास हेडक्वार्टर से इंस्ट्रक्शन आती है दैट यू नीड टू रिड्यूस योर मैन पावर, सो व्हाट डू यू डू दैट टाइम? एंड दीज आर द पीपल दैट यू हैव बीन टेकिंग केयर ऑफ, मींस हार्ट इज इन्वॉल्व्ड। आप इन सब लोगों का आपने ही इन लोगों को हायर करा है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल you have you are taking care of them, you are making sure that they are doing what they are supposed to do, and they are getting what they are supposed to get, which is in terms of compensation, benefits, rewards, recognitions, etc. And when ऐसी situation आती है तो then there is a tussle, so heart and mind, so mind is saying one thing, heart is saying something else, so then you need to take a balanced approach. So that is why HR is the most influencing role. If you get into HR, you can be very sure that अगर आपका वो mindset है of an influencer, and to even guide the business on doing the right thing. So suppose business says let's lay off, and your HR says no, we should not, we should rather do something differently so that we continue to engage people and get the business moving forward. So that is how you ideate. आप उस तरीके की strategies create करते हैं. So imagine you are not just HR person, you are a business person. So आप किसी भी function को उठाकर देख लो, कोई purchase में है, कोई sales में है, कोई production में है, कोई quality में है. All of these people are all business people. They have a function that they are managing, but eventually everybody is working together to achieve business results. And therefore, because जब लोगों की बात आती है, right? So you have to have that balance. मुझे याद है कि बहुत साल पहले मुझे किसी ने एक recommendation दिया था, and he had said that Saloni does not manage HR from a manual perspective. एक manual होता है HR manual, कि manual में लिखा है और यही पत्थर की लकीर है, ऐसे ही काम होगा. So she does not operate from a manual perspective, but from a people perspective. And वो people perspective important होता है. If you have a people perspective, you can actually guide business to take better people decisions also. So this is up to you. This is up to every person who is in HR. कि या तो आप बैठकर सुनकर just follow the instructions, और या आप अपना दिमाग लगाओ and you work with the business to make sure कि आप ऐसा कुछ create करते हैं which is valuable, not just for the business but also for its people.
Like many people would not have even known that training and development is also a part of HR department. That
Yeah.
So what are the progress opportunities if you start your profession as an HR? Your first job is maybe an HR executive or a training and development executive. So what are the progress opportunities? I mean, if we look at after 5 years, 10 years, so what do you think a person would be doing if he or she continues to be in HR department only?
So अगर मैं generally बात करूं, so किसी भी career में progress करने के लिए flat 3 roles होते हैं. बहुत ही अगर मैं सिंप्लीफाई करना चाहूँ, एंड दिस इज एप्लीकेबल टू एवरी फंक्शन, नॉट जस्ट HR. When you come in, you are an individual contributor, which means आप खुद काम करते हैं, आप individually contribute कर रहे हैं, आपका जो भी role है. Then you become somebody who starts managing others. So from individual contributor, you become a people manager, which means that either you become, you go the people way, which is people management, and you develop people management skills, or you can also go a different way, which is called the technical way or the functional way, which means कि आप एक expert बनते हैं, आप एक advisor बनते हैं कि I will work as an individual contributor, but my level of competence, the functional competence, that has increased. I'm no longer a person who is an individual contributor level, like a fresher, but somebody who's at a mature level, somebody who is mature enough to even manage a department as a manager or a set of people, 5, 6, 7, team members, but a person who is also able to functional expertise, provide that expertise as needed. So you have, these people are called specialists because they are just not individual contributors at a fresher level, but they actually have become experts. And these people are called then specialists because you go to them, they can give you, the necessary, what do you say? They have the skills and the expertise to be able to perform that valuable role, which is more than, a fresher or an individual contributor role. And then of course, then there is the head of the department level. So individual contributor, people manager, or a parallel specialist role. And then there is the head of department role, so which means that you are now, you are less involved in the daily tactics and you are more a person who's strategic. So aap strategies dekh rahe hain, aap future, how do you create a better future for people and for the organization. So aap us level ka kaam kar rahe hain, aapki conceptual level much higher level. So this is how I would break down. So in every track that you take, whether it is recruitment, whether it is HR operations, whether it is learning and development, whether it is compliances, all these roles are there. But there will come a time when all of these people are probably reporting into one, head of department or head of the function. And that head of the function obviously has experience in all these areas. That's why he's gone into that position. So the opportunity for you is that you can remain on a single track and say, okay, this is the track that I'm going to follow. I'm only going to be a recruitment person all my life because this is what I enjoy the best. And this is where आप अपना जो आपका जो पसंद है, जो रोल आपको आप बहुत जिसको आप करते हुए, you really love that is the role that you want to do, then you stick to that role and you become a super specialist, right? You may never become a person who is let's say managing 10 different types of HR roles, managing a big team, but you will definitely be a super specialist because aapne you may even rise to to a position where you are probably head of recruitment for Asia Pacific in Japan, So like I said, aapne apna niche
Territory-wise you can grow. And you stay in that particular specialty and you grow territory-wise.
Yes.
You can become even the national head or international head of a particular territory.
Exactly. A global head also. Because you have, you're sticking to your niche.
Yes. So what are the salary packages starting from the beginner and to a higher level? I mean, what are the salary packages an HR professional can get?
I will keep this very low key because while it is important for people to know what they can get paid, ये डिपेंड बहुत करता है कि आप किस कॉलेज से पास आउट हुए हो. अगर मैं फ्रेशर्स की बात करूं, आपने कहाँ से अपना BBA या MBA डिग्री कर रखी है, ये इट रियली मैटर्स बिकॉज जब आपकी कैंपस प्लेसमेंट होती है तो ऑलरेडी एक सेट पैकेज होता है कि भाई ये आ रहे हैं तो अब यही पैकेज सबको मिलेगा. सो many times लोगों को ऑलरेडी पता होता है कि भाई जब कैंपस प्लेसमेंट हो रही है तो what it is. But I can tell you that I know of organizations where a fresher package could start with the as low a salary as 1.9 lakhs. And this is all because certain industries, certain different industries में आपका जो pay range है वो बहुत vary करता है. So it can be as low as 1.9 lakh per year, and it can starting salary can also be as can go right up to 6 lakhs also. So again, I am aware of the bottom and the top, seen it with my own eyes. Those would be the, let's say, the starting. But average salary would range somewhere around 2 to 3 lakhs for a starter professor.
Cool. Cool. So, why should one go for HR career path? I mean, if you tell somebody that okay, if you are this, you need to go for an HR. So, why one should go for human resource management?
So, students or freshers who are, let's say, see, HR का जो role है, this is more about, it is kind of creating a culture of the organization, changing the culture or influencing the way a business works with right values, with the kind of people it's hiring, the kind of people practices it has. So अगर आपका एक विजन है कि आप एक इन्फ्लुएंसिंग रोल में जाना चाहते हैं, आप उस फंक्शन में जाना चाहते हैं जहाँ पे आपको एक्चुअली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का A to Z पता है. Suppose you join sales, you only know about sales. ये प्रोडक्ट है, ये बेचना है, राइट? बट अगर आप HR ज्वाइन करते हैं, आपको A to Z मालूम चलता है कि कंपनी काम कैसे करती है. So it is a very, very vast role, and you can choose a piece, like मैंने कहा कि आप एक specialist track पे भी जा सकते हैं. But if your role or your आपकी इच्छा है कि आप एक ऐसे role में जाएं जहाँ पर you get a taste, a flavor of different aspects of HR, जिसमें कल्चर भी है, लर्निंग भी है, रिक्रूटमेंट भी है, ऑनबोर्डिंग भी है, परफॉर्मेंस मैनेजमेंट भी है, स्ट्रेटेजिक डिसीजन मेकिंग भी है. How do we influence? How do we do some things differently that create some kind of value for our customer, right? So mostly HR का focus होता है employees. But imagine HR is not only for employees. HR is for business, and business is for the customer. So eventually you are for the customer. And because you are HR, it doesn't mean that आपका focus हमेशा employees है. Basically, you are helping meet the customer's demands, meet the business, help the business in achieving customers' demands by helping them, helping managing the human resource piece. So for people who want to do things which are going to directly impact the success of an organization, in such a varied way, in such a, rich way, HR is for them. And obviously, आप जो लोग जाना चाहते हैं HR में, जो इसके बारे में थोड़ा और पढ़ें और जाने कि क्या क्या हो सकता है इसमें, और आप किस ट्रैक को पकड़ना चाहते हो, स्पेशलिस्ट बनना चाहते हो या जनरलिस्ट बनना चाहते हो, अपने लिए आपने क्या विजन रखा है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड नॉर्मली इंटरव्यूज में भी पूछा जाता है कि वेयर डू यू सी योरसेल्फ 5 years from now.
Very typical question of most of the interviews.
Yes. So that is why you should choose HR. And in fact, HR is a great career field. It is even ranked, I was reading somewhere, it is even ranked amongst the best business jobs in US. I was reading some article, and एक good career का जो एक hallmark होता है वो ये होता है कि उसमें एक बहुत strong employment growth होती है, आपको advancement के लिए बहुत अच्छी opportunities मिलती हैं. See, there is so many roles that you can take up in HR, and then there is very high job satisfaction, because you are really creating and doing something which is valuable for the business.
So, ma'am, if we say that अगर किसी बच्चे को, how do one understand that okay, if he or she has these skills, then maybe he is meant for HR? क्योंकि कई बार ऐसे होता है कि हमें एक्चुअली समझ ही नहीं आता कि हमारी जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं, हमारी पर्सनालिटी, हमारे इंटरेस्ट्स जो हैं वो एक HR के हैं. So how do you map the interests and the personality to an HR professional?
So अब ये देखो that HR में कौन से लोग successful रहते हैं. They are those people who are basically people oriented. They are somebody who are very quick on their feet. ये नहीं कि बैठे रहें. They're not people who are laid back. They are people who are quick on their feet. They are people oriented because, which means they have an interest in people. They have an interest in understanding people pains. And people का मतलब सिर्फ employees नहीं है. People का मतलब business है. People का मतलब managers हैं. People का मतलब वो सब लोग हैं जो एचआर के पास आएंगे और बोलेंगे हमारी प्रॉब्लम है, सॉल्व करो. सो इफ यू आर somebody who enjoys doing conflict resolution, enjoys giving administrating, it's a tedious thing, you have to follow the process, who enjoys and who makes sure that everybody is happy and everybody is productive and everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. So these are some of the skills, some of the and they are good communicators, they are very high on emotional intelligence, they are somebody who are great at teamwork, they can work with anyone, and in fact even if they do not have people reporting into them, they can still get work done. That is the kind of influence HR professionals have. So if these are some of the skills and traits that people show and people can sense कि हाँ मैं इस तरह का person हूँ and ये सब मुझे करना अच्छा लगता है, so they should definitely go for HR. These would be some of the skills that we would definitely take up. They are able to relate to vision, they are able to explain a vision to an employee who says मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा, so they are able to tell person कि तुम्हारा ये role है. So imagine it is like almost like running the organization, and that is the skill of an HR person, and they're able to run an organization without really sitting at the top seat. They're able to actually make people do what they need to do.
Right. Wow, such an interesting part. And you can't imagine a company without an HR, will you?
Exactly. Although there are many small setup organizations who do run without HR, they may just have a time office or they may have a personal officer for statutory compliances. But such businesses will never be able to scale because they don't have HR. If the owner or the the business leader is doing HR himself, एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा कि वो यहाँ बिजनेस कर सकता है या वो HR कर सकता है. So you can't actually scale up. You need people. If you have to scale up, you need people, and either you hire people or you leave it to somebody else and you do your own job, which is about growing the business, not just running the business.
So, ma'am, I guess you are also doing one of the online HR mentoring program. So, what is the objective of this program? What exactly is this program about? Before we take the questions from the audience, because we're live on Facebook.
Yeah,
so
sure.
After this, we'll take the questions.
Certainly. So I have created a program and I've been mentoring HR professionals for so many years now. So I felt the need to create a structured program and actually make it open to people from anywhere, especially in this lockdown. Now anybody from anywhere can be part of my program. So that's the best part. The objective is to assist HR professionals in their own career growth and development through an online mentoring platform. That is the objective.
For the professionals.
Yes.
So who are already working, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. I'm just trying to understand and make it clear that this program is only for the professionals who are already working in the companies or they are graduates.
Yeah, and or they are probably in their last year of HR and they want to get into an HR role in a company. So they're almost getting their types. So maybe last year or fresher. So there may be many people who are already passed out, but job हाथ में नहीं है. तो कैसे एक job को land करना है? So they have their own challenges. So this program is for frontline HR, aspiring or fresh HR or HR who have a few years of experience to help them actually fast track their own career growth. That's the objective.
So what kind of problems are you solving through this program?
So basically what I realized, Alisha, was that a lot of HR professionals want to grow. They want to learn, they want to grow. But एक तो workload इतना होता है उनके ऊपर. I mean, this is people will believe that HR has no work, but HR has a lot of work. But they want to grow, but they don't have guidance. They don't know कि मैं जो कर रहा हूँ सही कर रहा हूँ. Yeah, they have so many questions, but they don't have answers because there is nobody to answer those questions. Even if they are working within an organization and within probably their manager doesn't have time to answer their questions, or probably there is no HR above them only. They are the only HR person. So उनके बड़ी challenges, problems हैं. तो वो कहाँ जाएं? किससे पूछें? So that is why mentorship for such people who do not have somebody to look up to or somebody whom they can ask questions. That's one thing. So how do you get your career back on track? how do you develop the untapped HR potential which is available with such a great vast talent pool, but they don't have the option of reaching out because they do not know कि कहाँ जाएं और किससे पूछें. So basically that is what it is. And then they want to network, they want to probably move to better roles. So again, what is right for me, like I said, understanding आपकी skills क्या है, आपकी strength क्या है, and where will you be a good fit. So all of that gets covered.
And what kind of questions do HR people looking for career growth normally ask you when they are under your mentorship?
So they say, ma'am, we are clueless, we don't know what to do. बहुत सारा वर्कलोड होता है, like I said, बट हमें लर्निंग की अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं है, या हमारी कंपनी हमें बाहर कहीं भेजती नहीं है ट्रेनिंग पे, तो हमें समझ में नहीं आता कि नया ट्रेंड क्या चल रहा है, समथिंग न्यू दैट आई शुड लर्न. या दे कुड बी पीपल हु आर विशिंग that they get mentorship but they are not active about it, मतलब वो actively सीख नहीं करते हैं. So this is one more problem which I discovered. And then third is that they're not aware of opportunities even outside their organizations because they are not part of the right forums. So the kind of questions they will probably end up asking me is कि how do I grow, how do I become better professionally, मुझे कौन से courses करने चाहिए, ये भी बहुत सवाल आता है मेरे पास. मेरे लिए career path कौन सा right career path है, what's right for me, or फिर how do I do it. So these are the normally questions that they ask me.
So how do this mentoring that you're doing would actually help them solve their issues? Is it going to be a one-to-one conversation kind of a thing, or is it a course which will have some study material also? So how are you helping them basically? I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, so basically it is a structured program, which means that they will go through certain modules. And see, they are already, so specific unique needs सबकी different होती हैं, but then there are common needs which everybody has. So I am addressing all those common needs through a group coaching program. So they come online, they get group coaching, and if they have some unique, which is very unique to them, specific to them, then they get on to a one-to-one with me. So basically that is how I do. I help them first get clarity about themselves, who they really are, what their ambitions are, get clarity about what options are available by exploring them. Then I talk about, okay, now let's get some focus back into action. Let's start setting some goals. Then there is creation of plan, and there is review of those goals. And on the parallel, there is professional and personal coaching that happens.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, great program. I mean, not just for the professionals, but I get the graduates who are going there at the undergraduation program. They can even come to you and learn if they really want to get into the field of HR. So thank you so much. I think now let's go and see if there are any questions. Because we're live on Facebook. Give me a second. So there's a question from Brajesh. He says, how to understand for which role one would want to go? Is it for recruitment or operations or anything else? So he wants to understand that how do we get to know that which is the right field that they want to get into when we talk of HR?
So basically, they have to look at themselves first. See, हमारे पास सारे answers are within ourselves, but it is about asking the right questions. So if you want to get into a role and you are not sure what that role is about, Rajesh, तो पहले तो आप उस role के बारे में थोड़ा सा research कीजिए कि उस role में करना क्या क्या है वो होगा. And is this something that you like doing? Because पहली चीज यही होती है ना, बाजार में कुछ भी जाते हैं खरीदने के लिए तो वो पसंद आ रही तभी आप खरीदोगे. So first, is this the job description, is this something that you think you would love to do it? So that's the first question. Then you are talking about skills. So necessary skills are always mentioned along with any job role that is opening up. So whether it is a recruiter, whether it is an HR operations executive, whether it is an HR analyst, any of those roles, the role will also have certain skill sets mentioned in that job description that will say that इस role को करने के लिए ये skills ज़रूरी हैं. And we're talking about normal human skills. We're not talking about technical skills, because जब आप एक रोल में आएंगे तो आपको वो प्रोसेस सिखाया भी जाएगा कि इस कंपनी में ये प्रोसेस फॉलो होता है. सो somebody with good enough IQ can do any role, but yes, does that role interest you? Does that role and do you have those skills? So are you good at communicating? Are you good at writing? Are you good at dealing with people? Can you work under pressure, for example? Suppose आपका target है कि महीने में आपको 1,000 लोग hire करने हैं. That's a big target. Is that a kind of a target which excites you or worries you? You can ask yourself, and then you get to know whether this is a role that is right for you or not.
It's a very interesting question actually, ma'am, because हमारे India में we don't have anything called community service. Actually, when we talk of Europe and the western side of education, so वहाँ पे when the student is in 11th 12th class, they need to serve some community hours. When we say community hours, so वो वाले hours होते हैं जिसमें बच्चा उन लोगों के पास जाके काम करता है every week जिसमें उसका interest होता है. So he gets a chance to actually understand कि अच्छा दिस इज व्हाट आई नीड टू डू और मुझे वो अच्छा लग भी रहा है करना कि नहीं लग रहा. एंड देन दे चूज द कॉलेजेस और द मेजर्स एंड द माइनर्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ the career, the community service hours they have spent. So unfortunately we don't have that kind of a culture in India, but I really want one day maybe we'll also start doing this, so that will give us not just the we don't decide on the basis of just hearing somebody, but also by practicing it. And then we understand कि अच्छा मुझे recruitment में जाना है या operations में जाना है, because then we will get a chance to know that okay, this is what exactly it takes to be a recruitment manager or an operations manager.
I think these days हमारे education system में they have, so when you talk of project work, for example, यहाँ school में हमारे time पे होता था SUPW, socially useful productive work. So these were those projects which gave you a glimpse of just go beyond the books, do something which is different. Sometimes even go out and probably work with slums or work with children who are coming from let's say disadvantaged backgrounds, and go and probably motivate, inspire, or teach them and do things like that. So that also gives people somewhere you can go back to your own childhood also to recall what were those other activities that you loved doing. And there is always something which you can always do, which is very unique to you, which you love doing, and for which there is a need also in the world, I believe. So it is about actually just searching within yourself कि वो क्या ऐसा काम है जो आपको पसंद भी है, आप passionate भी हो, और दुनिया को भी ऐसे लोग चाहिए जो ये काम बहुत अच्छे से कर सकते हैं. Now whether that thing will fetch you money or not, वो एक अलग चीज है. हो सकता है it fetches you money, so you found your ideal career. If it doesn't fetch you money, then it is probably a service, right, a social service that you are doing.
The second question is, so ma'am, if you stick to a single thing, how can you learn about other fields and their working?
Good question. And like I said, the choice lies with you, that do you wish to, so why do we say that be a specialist or be a generalist? So जितना आप focus करते हैं किसी एक area पे और उसको उसमें आप बिल्कुल you have the last word, which means you have really mastered it. You can't master the world, but if there is one thing that you would love to master, then go for that. And I'm talking from experience because we all started as generalists. We dabbled with everything, and then we finally came down to one thing. So you can go either way. The right thing is start exploring, start enjoying, and then say, okay, this is what I really want to do going forward, and then take it up. Experience karo us cheez ko, and then you know that, okay, this is what makes sense.
Okay, so the next question is, are there right opportunities for outsiders who doesn't have the tag of IIM, FMS, XLRI or so? Because what is seen is more focus is always on the top B schools. What if someone has the potential but hasn't got the right opportunity? A very right question. And I think most of the students suffer with this thing, because we have very limited seats for IIM, IITs, and then not everyone has got the lucky charm to get the admission in IIMs. So
Yes,
what is
Of course, and you have to pay a lot, right? So you have your barriers, you have your challenges, and I would say that let not that become, a barrier for you, because there is room for everyone on this planet. हम सब coexist कर सकते हैं irrespective of which college or which university or which school we have come out from, right? So I don't think that that makes or breaks your career, frankly speaking. आपने कहाँ से पढ़ा है, I know of people जिनको अंग्रेजी नहीं आती थी ढंग से बोलना, but they have really turned themselves around, and now they are so fantastic in the way they speak that nobody can ever think that they have probably got schooling from KV. Not that I'm putting KV down when I say that, but their language is at par as if they've studied from a public school. So it all depends on you. It is not your institute, it is you. And yes, if you come from a premier institute, you do get that branding, which is like you get that entry. But finally, agar aap perform nahi karoge, finally to it is about you only. If you don't perform, then that brand is of no value, which is just a paper.
The only difference would be how salary package better ho jayega initially.
Yes.
But if you prove to be not as efficient as the other person from a smaller college maybe, then definitely the person with good skills will get an increment, not the other one.
Yeah, and it shouldn't happen because it is a very structured selection process. So not that anyone who is a IIM pass out, but then we can always look at the cream and say that is everybody who is an IIM pass out, are they all doing fantabulously well, or did they have their own challenges? So soft skills more than IQ, it is your EQ, I would say, your emotional quotient, I would say, that guarantees that you go places. Because दुनिया में इस चीज की ज्यादा कमी है, IQ की कमी नहीं है, EQ की कमी है. How to work with people, this is what is lacking.
That's what is HR. EQ is HR.
Yes.
So there's another question from Varnit. Ma'am, as you mentioned about sticking to a single thing and attaining specialization, but ma'am, if we don't learn more about other fields, how we will meet the requirements of an HR?
So like I said, roles are not just generalist roles. Roles are also specialist roles. And if you are looking at a specific line, a career track that you are picking up, it is possible that so if you want to go in the human resource management track, which means you want to be a manager, you want to be a general manager. So yes, you need to have knowledge, right? Because that is your chosen track. But if you want to be a specialist, you only want to do comp and ben, for example, or you only want to do L&D, for example, you only want to do OD, for example. So nothing stops you from doing that. Nothing comes in the way of your choosing to be a specialist. It's all in the mind. So don't let that bother you. You decide what you want to do first. What is it that makes your heart, really beat? And that is what you should go for.
So the next question is from Rajesh. What is the job responsibility of an HR executive? We have already discussed it in the video, but maybe you can just brief it up for him. Just 2-3 points, ma'am.
So I'm assuming that an HR executive would be an HR operations person who would be responsible for the fundamental employee onboarding. They could be part of recruitment operations also in it. It could be performance management also. It could be confirming people, giving them their letters, appointment and confirmation letters. It could be creating disciplinary letters or recognition letters. It could be managing operations on the ground of whatever kind that the organization or the function has plans for. So it would be as an individual contributor, you would be working on a set of activities, and this can vary from organization to organization.
So another interesting question from Rajesh. Ma'am, if you were when you were fresher and the interviewer asked you where you see yourself in 5 years, what was your answer?
Hmm. I told them in 10 years, I would be heading HR of an IT company. And I was.
Wow, great. So, what is the another question is that how much annual package is there in the field of HR? So, when you have already mentioned this, so in the beginning it starts from maybe 2 lakhs per annum to 3 lakhs per annum, and it can go to any level that you want to. Nowadays, salary is not a bar anymore.
Yeah, right. Let me tell you, when I was an HR manager, and this is way back in 1998, okay, 98. मेरा annual package was 2.4 lakhs. अब आप सोच सकते हो. And then when I went for my next job, my package became 3.6, and I was still an HR manager, but my role was a little more evolved because I was managing so many. I had a team, and so I can talk about my package. And when I resigned from my last company and I started my own entrepreneurship journey, which is in 2012, so I was on a package of 30 lakhs that point in time. So this is about 8 years ago.
Wow. So there's a last question from Pinky. Thank you for the guidance, ma'am. But here the problem is with the selection. Most of the times they ask for 2+ years of experience and then they reject a lot. So if a chance or a platform is not provided, how to crack the first opportunity is my concern.
Okay. You will not be provided with anything. First of all, be very clear. आपको पका पकाया नहीं मिलेगा, कभी भी नहीं मिलेगा. So opportunity है, उसको grab करना आना चाहिए. Don't think that life is very easy. It never is. और ये कहीं कभी हमें लिखकर किसी ने नहीं दिया कि life is going to be a bed of roses. How much we would like it to be, but ऐसा होता नहीं है. So opportunity is for grabs. मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ. एक कैंपस प्लेसमेंट में मान लीजिए 20 बच्चे सेम इंटरव्यू के लिए बैठते हैं एंड पोजीशंस 2 ही हैं. ओके, तो वो 2 बच्चों को तो ऑफर करके ही जाएंगे बिकॉज दे वांट टू टेक 2 पीपल फ्रॉम दैट बैच, राइट? what do those 2 people have which the other 18 don't? कुछ तो होगा ना which led them to selecting those people. So finally it is about what is it that you are, who you are, and how you express that, because communication is key. You know that whether it is interview, whether it is your group discussion, whether it is answering questions, whether it is your confidence, everything is being analyzed. So it has a lot to do with your thoughts. आप क्या सोच रखते हैं, आप अपने आप को कहाँ देखते हैं. See, don't go the way that everybody is answering. If your answer is so unique, you will make a impression. So you have to build and invest in yourself to become that person which any organization cannot refuse. They cannot say no to you. So have you thought about it like that? You must think about something different. If you continue to be the way you are, then life will continue to be the way it is. Nothing will change. But if you want life to be different, you have to do things differently.
This is a question from my side. Are there any special certifications that one can do to maybe show his profile to be heavier than others? Is there any kind of a specialization apart from graduation and post graduation? Are there any certifications as well?
I would say don't just blindly go in for any certification unless you are sure. And I'm talking about specialists here, or like even freshers here. If you have already decided if you're a fresher, let's talk about freshers first. I think many are freshers watching this show. So if you are a fresher, your certification should be such that it adds value to your existing profile. It should not be mindless कि कुछ कर लेते हैं और दिखाने के लिए. It should be genuinely, and you should be able to even explain why you did it. So don't go by कि because मुझे किसी ने बताया ये कर लो, ये अच्छा है. Or you said, no, I am listening and I'm hearing so much. There is such a lot of buzz around, let's say, HR analytics. I am so curious to know कि ये होता क्या है. So I said, नहीं, ये वाला प्रोग्राम तो मुझे करना है क्योंकि मैंने इसके बारे में कॉलेज में नहीं सीखा. Yeah, I learned it, but it was not high level enough. So I have a understanding, but I really want to, really do a deep dive in this area. So you should have an answer. And the thing is, you will only have an answer if you have really done your homework. If you really decided that this is a good thing to do, and एक लॉजिकल फ्लो था आपके थिंकिंग में, आपके एक्शन में, और फिर आपके उस इंटरव्यू में जहाँ पर आपसे सवाल पूछा गया और आपने उसका जवाब दिया. आप इसलिए मत कीजिए एक सर्टिफिकेशन जस्ट बिकॉज आपको इंटरव्यू में कुछ दिखाना है. It should not be that way. It should be because this is what you wanted. Yeah, आपका एक विजन था कि इस एरिया में जाना है. एंड समटाइम्स हम अपना चॉइसेस बदल देते हैं, राइट? लाइक आई सेड, आपने एक एरिया पकड़ा, आपने उसमें काम किया, यू सेड ओके गुड, नाउ आई वांट टू लर्न दैट एरिया. एंड आपने वो एरिया पकड़ा, उसमें काम किया, और आपने अपने पिछले एक्सपीरियंस को भी अपने सेकेंड एरिया में यूज करा. सो व्हाट इज इट दैट यू आर शोकेसिंग टू a recruiter or an interviewer is that this person is applying knowledge learned.
Yes.
This is more important.
Right.
Just collecting and doing certifications is not important. Applying and showing evidence that you applied this, that is more important.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, we have got a wonderful insight into the human resources department, and now I'm sure that everybody who has watched this, or in future they get a chance to watch this video, will definitely know what exactly they are going to be if they get into the HR department, or if they decide to opt the career of an HR professional. So thank you so much, ma'am. Is there any inspiring message at the end that you would like to share with all of us, for me and for the students who are watching this and professionals maybe?
Okay, so yes, certainly I would like to share. So my message is that कहीं भी जाओ, एक ऐसा छाप छोड़ो. Whatever you do, wherever you go, leave a sparkle, leave an imprint on people so that they don't forget you. What will eventually matter at the end of everything is कि आपने क्या काम किया, आपने क्या reputation earn करी, आपने कैसे लोगों के साथ काम करा, आपने कैसे अपनी kindness दिखाई, और आपने कैसे लोगों की lives में difference create करा. This is more than anything. A career that you choose is about any career you choose will be about working with people. So just make sure कि जहाँ पर भी आप जाएं, जिन लोगों के साथ भी आप काम करें ना, वो हमेशा आपको याद रखें, क्योंकि आपने ऐसा कुछ उनके साथ किया, उनके लिए किया, जिसको वो भूल नहीं सकते.
Right. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and the knowledge that you have shared with us. I'm sure it will be of benefit to a lot of people. Thank you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.